Okie doke, I'm Beck Lane. Whoops, here I am. There we go. I'm Beck Lane, and this is Studio 120. And I was talking to a friend of mine this morning, which sparked a lot of thought. I haven't showered yet, so hope that explains this. But I was talking with a friend of mine this morning who, and he sparked a lot of thought. And I just wanted to talk this out and share with you. I talk to a lot of people, like my friend, who don't have formal education in art. They don't have a degree, they haven't taken a lot of art classes or any art classes sometimes. And people oftentimes feel the need to apologize for not having a formal education in art, a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, etc. And it had been rolling around in my head for a long time, how to approach it. And to be honest, I've talked about going to the Boston Museum School of Fine Arts. I've talked about Vesper George, as I did in the last video. I went to Cape Cod Community College and took some art classes there. I've taken non-credit courses, but I don't have a degree. I don't have a degree. And I didn't stay at any of those institutions long enough to absorb a lot, to absorb much, or to get that degree that you're supposed to have to, quote unquote, become an artist. And it's embarrassed me at times, many times, for years, for decades, that I don't have that degree or any degree. And I have felt less than and not valuable as an artist because I don't have the pedigree you are expected to have to get anywhere in the arts. Obviously, I'm not where I want to be. And so I feel a need to defend my lack of education in a way by saying, I don't think it really matters. I don't think it matters at all. What matters is doing the work. And as we've been talking about, evolving, accepting limitations and trying to overcome them just by doing the work and working as much as possible to create and, quote unquote, find your own voice. Some people do find it through education. Some people wear their education and their degrees as a badge of honor. And I can understand that. That's a lot of time and a lot of money invested. But my feeling is, having gone through all the things I've gone through, had the experiences I've had, and the things I've done, and I've seen other people do, people without educations do, I no longer feel the need to apologize. I no longer feel the need to apologize for not having a degree. I no longer, as of today, I no longer feel the need to kowtow to people who do have degrees. I decided this morning, by the way, while drinking my 80th cup of coffee, I have known my value for quite a while, for almost a decade. I've understood my value. I understood my value starting around 40 years old. But I've always felt the need to, yes sir, no sir, and kowtow, and oh, you're so much smarter, while finding it deeply offensive that people with educations, a lot of people I know with formal educations, aren't really acting on their art. I hate openings so much because people with the right educations and the pedigree come out of the woodwork to flaunt their educations. I've seen it too many times and it's exhausting. Flaunt their educations and the language they learned at school. But in the end, I know a lot of people with fantastic degrees who aren't acting on them. And so we've been talking about dabbler as opposed to professional. And I think right now I'm talking about being an artist, being an actual artist, or being an artist, I guess this is what I'm talking about, being an artist who has the education but isn't doing anything with it, except to pull it out at parties to, while they're drinking wine, which I find just so grossly offensive. And when I talk about art talk and going over people's heads and how I don't do it, I have very little ability to do it, and I have no interest in it. Because in my mind, the people who talk art, and I could teach myself, I mean, it wouldn't be that difficult. We do have the internet, right, by the way. Anyone can learn the key words, the magic words will make you look bigger than you are. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, shit, I should have written it down. Anyway, I don't find it as in need of respect as the people who are actually doing the work. I talk to a lot of people who are working very hard to become the artists they want to see. And they apologize to me. They kowtow in a way. Well, they're more apologetic to me about not having an education. And I keep telling people, I haven't said it much in these videos, but I keep telling people, you're doing the work. That's what makes you an artist. Actually doing the work. It's not having the paper on the wall while, you go drinking with your friends and pretend you're loftier than you are. The lofty one, the person that should be lofty and handed the respect, the people are the people who are doing the work. The people who should be getting the respect. Hi, Kitty. The people who should be getting the respect and the recognition are the people that are actually doing the work. So I want everyone who is actually doing the work, whether they have the education or not, to pat themselves on the back and to be proud of who you are. This morning I just decided, oh, there he goes again. This morning I just decided I'm going to start being really proud of being self-taught. There is nothing wrong with being self-taught. There is nothing wrong with it. So let's be proud of ourselves and let's pat ourselves on the back. Whether we're learning about art or we're learning to be an artist or, we're just venturing into the new world of art we don't know anything about. Pat yourself on the back. It's hard to take on something you don't know. Having an education is pretty great. It gives you a great pedigree and it opens a lot of doors and it builds connections. And that's fabulous. But right now we're in a COVID world where I'm not sure connections matter as much anymore. So if you're sitting at home and you've been wanting to paint, you've been wanting to create some form of art, and you're actually doing it, pat yourself on the back. You're giving yourself a degree in life. Don't forget to use the internet to its utmost. Reading about art, watching videos about art and artists, which I do all the time. Maybe looking into galleries, which most of them aren't even open anymore. Now's a really good time to dig your heels in and become, sorry, I heard something. Become that person you've always wanted to be. Okay, that's my thingy this morning. Oh, I'm sitting on a box. That's how fancy I am. I'm sitting on a box in front of an ironing board that holds my, that's my painting table right now. That's how deeply fancy I am. But let's revel. Let's revel in the fact that we're doing the work. And we are teaching ourselves, and we are holding each other up. And we're not standing at a party, drinking wine, talking about art movements. We're doing it. There you are. We're doing it. All right, ciao. Oh, getting up. Oh, that's hard. Ciao. Galvanize. And whoops.